And with that said, I'd like to introduce our first presenter of the night, Ismael Andrade of Silvestre farm in Brazil. Excuse my pronunciation throughout the night, I'm trying to improve. And Ismael will be discussing how to reach high quality on microlot farms in Brazil. And just to give you a bit of an introduction, Ismael and his brother Eduardo run Silvestre and Captain Branco farms in Sierra do Silvestre. I don't know if that's right, I said it right, but in the state of Andrade. Since the 90s, they've been dedicated to quality coffee production and volume improvement. In 1991, together with another 11 producers who envisaged the opportunities that investing in quality coffee would bring, Ismael founded the Brazil Special Coffee Association to support small coffee producers in the region and help producers improve quality, which in turn could bring sustainability. Last year, Ismael was awarded the Brazil Naturals Cup of Excellence winner, an incredible achievement, with the coffee scoring 93.26. And to congratulate you on this wonderful achievement, I believe, Marcelo, you might have a special presentation. Everyone always wants to hear. Congratulations. You might have won a couple of accents, but really, great prize. On that note, I'd like to welcome Ismael to the stage and to start your first presentation tonight. So thank you very much. Welcome.
My heart began in high speed beating. Thank you, Marcelo, for doing the surprise. Thank you very much. Begin in just 5 minutes. And try to show you what we have been doing the last 100 years. So I think I deserve 2 more minutes. So the point is how to reach high quality on microlots in Brazil. It's really a challenge because produce microlots in Brazil is really amazing because I've been talking with my colleagues that it's a challenge for us. It's new things, so we have to work together in experiments, in partnerships, in feedbacks from you, in order to supply. We don't know what you want, so it has to be a try and give us a feedback. Because in case we produce a very astonished coffee in our concept, the final response, the final word would be coming from your side. So this link, this straight relationship is very important, and your feedback is very important for us to know if we're in the right path to achieve the quality that you want. So, all the family, you are on the coffee business for 118 years ago. This is my ancestors and my brother that were running the business together. Now on. The deeds that we are back in 1901 was as a small farmers in Cerrado. We are running 2 farms, Capim Branco, Terroir, and São Silvestre Terroir. This is in Serra do Salitre region. This is in Carmo do Paranaíba. It's pretty close, but very different. They're very different characteristics because I was telling a friend that even in the same farm, you have completely different. So it's a fine tuning. When you move from one part of the farm to another part, changing varietals, changing the sunlight, changing topography, everything is different. So, beginning the coffee journey. First point, terroir. This is the only thing unchangeable, and this is the first thing that you have to pay attention to achieve high quality, especially on microlots. Back again. So when I say it's unchangeable, because you cannot change altitude, you cannot change sunlight, You cannot change the wind. So, this you cannot touch. The other thing, human being can put a hand and change, but terroir is unchangeable. The terroir is very related with wet summer, with the season of the weather during the year. In my region, the Cerrado region, we are very blessed because we have the wet summer and the dry winter. To have a very dry winter is very important because you have a gap, you have a window where you have very low humidity when you're able to dry and to harvest the coffee. So again, altitude. Altitude, very important. We range from 1,000 to 1,100 to 1,200 meters. Why altitude is very important? Being coffee, a fruit, a cherry, as high you go, it slows the maturation, and the coffee bean has more time to absorb everything that is inside the bean. And our mission, drying the coffee, is to push what is outside to inside. So here begins the human acting, choosing the varietal. The varietal is very important. It's like the wine. So in my region, we are focusing more on the yellow Catuai, red Catuai, and yellow Icatu. Yellow Icatu is a crossbreed of bourbon and Canephora. So these are the main varietals that we are dealing in Cerrado. So after all the process of blossom, husbandry, and so, we come straight to the harvest season. We process the wet process and the dry process. I'll do one apart because in my region we are able to do a very special natural coffee. So the big challenge is to avoid the green beans. Green beans are our enemies. Why? Because the green beans would bring you the bad taste, would bring you the harsh, will bring you the bitterness. So what we do when you don't have a very even blossom, we separate electronically without water, no contact with water, the ripe and the unripe beans. And here we have the two processes, the natural process and the pulped natural. The difference is that the natural coffee you dry with the husk, and the pulped natural you take out the mucilage, not the mucilage, but the pulp by squeezing the beans. This is the traditional way of drying the pulped natural on patios. With this process, it's very uncommon that you reach a score over 82, 83 points. This is the traditional drying for naturals. Same thing, very seldom you can reach 83 points. Here we come to the microlots. The process of drying of the microlots, when you have all the coffee separated, the unripened and the ripened beans, you put on raisin pads where the air can circulate around the beans and provide a very slow and even process of drying. You can see that on raisin beds we have the greenhouse. The greenhouse would have one environment with not such a variation of temperature and would protect from the moisture during the night as well. So this is the raised bed for pulped natural. This is the raised bed for the natural. This is the tricky and the challenge that we're facing now, and we need your feedback, as I told you before. The fermentation. Fermentation process are achieving in Brazil very, very good results. But we're still just scratching the surface, because you can achieve astonishing results fast, but you can even fail. So we have to have something to control the process. We have a lot of variations. We need doing a partnership between us to control the process, not to do a lot of mistakes. So the main points for controlled fermentation, we have to measure mainly the Brix. The Brix are the measure for sugar for the beans. We have to control factors like the external and internal temperatures, and the time, the length of the fermentation. Till now, it ranges from 24 to 48 hours. Till now, we are achieving very exotic profile, red fruits, yellow fruits, citrus, floral, spices, and others, which bring us to scores over 90. We have a very strict quality control, because we are moving not to micro lots, but to nano lots. I produced this year 2 bags that we're having the opportunity to cook at mice. So we are producing nano lots, and it demands a very strict quality control over all the process. Storage is very important. We are very far. We are in the other part of the world. We have to put the coffee in the vessel and bring it here for you. So we have to pack it in the right way. We have been doing a lot of experience with compared with jute bags. You can see 84 to 77. We have a lot of options in Brazil, like vacuum bag, high barrier, paper bags. So we are still experienced to see what you lose less scores, less characteristics on the final of the process. So, for instance, high barrier, you lose only 1 or 2 points during 1 year. But this process is still going on. We're still researching with the university, for instance, Professor Borain, and we have a lot of things to do in this task as well. This is very important. The direct trade, the relationship between the producers and the roasters and the final consumer. This brings us transparency. This brings us feedback. This brings us very positive points to rebuild what we are doing in the origin and to have the final satisfaction in the cup here. This is a short story about the Cup of Excellence that was mentioned by Sarah. We are lucky to be the champions last year with 93 points in 2018. We had 3 lots in 2017 as well, and 1 lot in 2016. So it makes us very happy, it makes us very proud, and it's not a solo work, it's a teamwork. It's I have to share with my colleagues here that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. We are all exchanging experiences, And I'm very proud to be the champion. But the level of quality and the level of quality that we're doing with my friends here, you can believe is the same. So we're in the right path, we're in the right way of producing quality. So this is the cup. Enough. I didn't do it. No. Go ahead. We are the champions. Just to highlight the process of traceability and sustainability, we are certified UTZ in forest, one of the first UTZ certified farms in Brazil. And we are a BSA member and a BSA founder. It was a really big effort because when we founded BSA in 1991, nobody believed that Brazil could produce other things but commodity. And we had to prove to the world, we had to prove to ourselves that Brazil could produce the best coffee in the world. I'm very proud of it. I participate since the beginning, and Brazil now has a very highlighted place on the specialty market. And I'm telling my colleagues and my friends that we have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to evaluate because the competition, the demands of the market, the demands of the consumer are very high. So our mission is to produce. We have to do different things every year because the market demands the best. And my special thanks to Minas Hill, Marcelo and his team that gave us the opportunity to be here and share a little bit of our experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ismael. I'm just curious, for a couple of excellence winner, I've always wanted to be like winning the lottery. So can you just quickly tell me, so Pete, how has life changed? Does it change since winning a Cup of Excellence?
Changed a lot of things. Changed everything. Because, as I told you, the level of the competition is very high. And I can tell you, honestly, I was not expecting to be the champion this year. Because the level was so high and the competitors and the process and so I was really astonished about the result.
I'm always curious to ask, to have someone here, to be the presence of a couple of excellence winners is a real privilege for me, I'm sure everyone here. So thank you for sharing that presentation. Thank you so much.